On their phenomenal stats this tournament, where they got a big win over Cloud9 with a humongous win over Fnatic. People will start saying they can go all the way. Let's get into this. Tom, Mitch, who's gonna take it?
Evet, maçız buyurun.
Favorites, they might be ZETA, but Fnatic have also looked so good all year round for years. So it's hard to not root for them as a favorite. Yes, all year round. For years they've looked good all year round, which is true.
Kablolu kulaklık kaldım abi. Abim bu Wtcn. Onun mikrofonları özel mikrofon. Seste
absolutely no need for that. The opening duel goes to Yasuka. He is finding Chronicle and a good debut for him in this tournament. Prowler out the air, up top, he's bouncing around, he's diving in behind them, a man behind enemy lines.
Çalım attı bildiğin.
The teammates are falling. The numbers maintain ZETA's favor and they've fallen back and out of here. Very clean opening engagement.
Kendi molisinden de böyle yürür kardeşim benim. Taşşaklı çünkü.
Fnatic in a bit of an awkward spot. 4v3. Obviously, ZETA so far in pistol rounds have been sublime. Like they managed to take both versus Cloud9. Definitely struggled a little bit in some of those second rounds, but
30 seconds left.
Wtcn BB Vortex.
They've left Alpha
Yayın sesini bir
behind
tık
to
kıstım.
try and hold off on those rotations. A fight he somewhat needs to win to give them that advantage. And with Leo now getting the plant down, time starts to tick versus ZETA.
Challenge now for Fnatic. Is holding on with the numbers
Abi bizim saat daha bir, senin günün bitti, ağla ha ha ha ha ha. Salak, ben sen uyuyorken günü yaşadım. Sen ağla ha ha ha ha.
Very nicely done with Boaster, the last man
Bir dakika.
alive. Man with the biggest clutch stats in all of EMEA. He's already off to a good start with 2. But that's where it ends. And that's what I was actually going to say earlier before Ian very rudely interrupted me. That Boaster is a damn liar because he said in that video, "Oh yeah, you know, I've seen everyone else do the clutches. You know, anyone."
He's ready to win a 1v5.
Yeah, but technically,
in
terms of clutch statistics, he is.
Okay, but let me ask you this: is there ever a scenario where all of the other 4 players on his team don't get a single
Komiklik
kill?
olsun dedim.
Then how's he going to win a 1v5?
Ben de komiklik olsun diye yaptım.
If Alpha is in a 1v5, it means Durka, Leo, and Chronicle.
That's true. That's true. I'd say it's very unlikely.
Abi boş muhabbetlere devam edelim mi yoksa maça mı odaklanalım?
Just call him trash. That's
Şey gibi oldu. Boş muhabbetlere devam edelim yoksa götünü mü sikeyim?
He's handsome and talented.
Tamam, maçız.
The best player in the game.
If Enzo is still on Fnatic, I would have voted for him as most likely to win a 1v5, but that's besides the point.
Maçız tamam.
Also maybe most likely to lose one.
All right. You having a good day today, Tom, are you? Having a good few laughs today?
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Logan sends his regards.
All right. I'm not a big
Buradaki
fan
insanlar, yanımda Wtcn var ya şimdi. Bir ona bakıyorlar, ünlü. Bir de bana bakıyorlar, tanımaya çalışıyorlar beni amına. Baba Edirne'den sonra tanınmıyoruz ya. Nasıl yapalım? Ama o suratlarının iki ifadeyi görüyorum ya. Bu kim amına koyayım diye.
It is going to be a minute investment here for Fnatic. Some sheriffs, Durka has himself the march. Again, they're playing very late into these rounds. Sugar Zero up close, seeing him on that.
I'm a Red Bull player. I'm a Red Bull athlete.
A few tricks to be pulled up. This is the thing.
Tanımıyorsun abi, Bulgar'dayız biz.
They're now using that util to clear him, and well, it's gone fantastically well. You're going to see that lurk through from Boaster, and that turret being destroyed is going to pull a player away. But then they've got a run. You got 15 seconds left. The spikes on the floor, and now the push through as well. Yasuka is going to clean things up. A little help from his friend. Boaster, buddy, you need to die.
Evet, ses çok kaydı ya. Peki ben bunu şöyle bir devre dışı bırakıp tekrar şey yapsam. Devre dışı bırak diye bir şey yok. Decklink Duo. SDI Connection.
Worthwhile. Yeah, no, to have it online at the start of the round, because look, one orb isn't that much, but you take the risk by going to get it, or you have to find a kill. But now, if things, you know, you hear a couple steps, you pop that, and you're wide open, and it was that.
Dur bakayım, şöyle yapsam.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it's this nade that gets in the final kill. So obviously, from both
benim yapabileceğim pek bir şey yok ya bu ses dileğine.
But it wasn't worth it. It's the one play he didn't.
Timi'de de öyle mi? Baksanıza iç Timi'de. Şey var mı? Delay var mı?
Okay, maybe the A orb you can get that control, but it's still a big risk. And like for example the C orb, you don't want to be going anywhere near.
Bir yıl oldu değil mi sen Red Bull sporcusu olalı abi? Bir yıl bitmek üzere, evet. Az kaldı. Saat orada akşam 7 değil mi? Evet, 7'ye çeyrek var. Maçız.
Iran's not going to be happy with that. He's been tagged up a little bit through the smoke. But for the most part, there's nothing to worry about just yet. But when the push comes in, that's where the real challenge is. Rifles all around for Fnatic. The rotation is on its way. For Zeta, they have Yatsuka pushing up on B main, clearing the space.
Yok, o delay'den bahsetmiyorum ya. Ses kayması var mı? Her mesajı nasıl görüyorsun? İkinci monitör büyük herhalde. Ben görürüm. Fazla. O 12 yıldır yayın yapıyorum lan. Alo. Oğlum biz getirdik bunu sektöre.
Try and make their move in towards the side. The thing is, Fnatic have picked the right side. There is only one player here, and in fact, Sugar Zero has decided, you know what? Let's try and play this one in more of a retake scenario, because I am not winning this 1v5 with the Sheriff.
Showstopper in. There's only a couple of seconds left in this fight. Planner is being killed. Fnatic is in
3 saniye.
Now, at least they'll attempt to. There's no denial. Just a
Yapma.
second away on that switch.
Nice oğlum.
Might have had the round, but now there's
Tamam,
still a
sakin,
challenge
chill.
to be had.
Şu
Last
silahını
player
reloadla,
alive is
çabuk.
out with 30 HP. Planner's
Eyvah,
all
sıkacak.
around. He needs to try
Oh!
and get out of there. Nice headshot.
Çok iyi headshot. Hadi
Duran
lan.
is down. And Hero Ron, the last
Yapma
man
be.
standing, will finish the round for Zeta. A third in a
Ah
row.
oğlum
It
be.
might have been close, but
Gitmişti
not
o headshot
close
ya.
enough.
That was really dicey from the side of Fnatic. They're playing so late into these rounds that a hero play here and there.
Tabii Zeta ev sahibi avantajını kullanıyor.
They used that ult to perfection. Just denying the
Seyirciyi arkasına aldı.
It just caused absolute havoc. It left it down to Alpha, and I'll be honest, I believe. I always believe in Alpha in those sort of scenarios. But the fact is, Hero Long, again, another one of the new players, one of the players coming from outside the team, not coming from the academy. 6-0 right now. He is looking like a shining light as an 18-year-old entering Zeta Division for the first time, playing on the stage
Alfa'nın
last
Vandal
game.
ne?
And now playing.
Dağılmadı değil mi?
Still in the arena, but a little bit further away. He's looking great.
Gaye mi almış? Nice. Aferin oğlum. Osur oğlum.
So much damage. Made it so costly. 28 health. The Showstopper will find nothing. Zeta are wise to his tricks falling all the way back, using utility to cover the retreat. 2 stars put in towards the spawn. Plant wide open. And anyways, for the spawn, they could take that control.
Tamam.
They could fight for it if
İyi
they
plant.
wanted to. Instead, they're staying back towards main.
Ultiler
There's
geldi.
a lockdown. Best opportunity here for Zetas to open the door and try and compete, try to destroy that lockdown. The fight
Vur şunu. Nice oğlum ya. Aferin oğlum.
Is deleted immediately. 3 seconds left.
Hiç sıkıntı yok. Hiç sıkıntı yok. Çok iyi. Killer çok iyi. Chronicle. Çıksın oradan. Evet, oraya pikledin. Olsun olsun. Info aldı. Bir tane Waterfall. 2 tane CT. CT out. Waterfall live. Poster iyisin oğlum. Çok önemli kill. Zamanı oynadınız. Tamam, korudu bitti. Günaydın Kerem'cim.
Well, I don't think he'll mind too much. Fnatic onto the board. Took them a little bit of time, and this round more of that ult spam. And that's the thing with Durka. It's like, okay, the Showstopper didn't actually grant him a kill, but it granted him so much space. And that's the thing. You can't lose track. That's it. If he uses a Showstopper, you need to know where he is at all times, because the fact is,
Sen bu 3 gün bayağı yorulacaksın abi, çok yorucu. Galiba sadece bugün yorucu ya. Bugün 8 maç ya. Yarın 3 maç olması lazım. Gerçi best of 3. 3 maç ama. Yani yarın bütün maçlar 3 map sürerse daha uzun olacak. 9 maç olacak. Ama seride mapler arası daha kısa sürdüğü için bu kadar olmaz bence. Son gün 1 bo 3, 1 bo 5 var, evet. Dört ve 2. İyisiniz. Tamam, Fnatic'e yazıldı bu roundda. Yorgunum ya şu an Reco. Ben sabah kaçta kalktım? 8.30'da kalktım. 8.30-9 gibi kalktım. Saat şu an 7.
This time they just ran into B. Like full blitz the setup. It's somewhere that ZETA have had a couple of players throughout the rounds, but it's normally the case if you lose a round on one side of the map, you're going to bolster it up a little bit.
Kaç maç kaldı bugün? Bu maçtan sonra 2 maç daha mı var? Bakıyorum. Evet. 2 maç daha var bu maçtan sonra. 100 Thieves Scars maçı var. Bir de DRX Foot son maç.
Like we said, pressure's off. They know that they're into tomorrow no matter what. But what an opportunity this is, playing up against Fnatic.
Well, also you skip straight to the semi-finals, which again is like getting top 4 in your first event with a team. That would be huge, and what a head to take straight away. As I said, there's only a couple of rifles in this round for the side of ZETA. Now, bear in mind that the Sheriffs were actually better when they played versus C9 than the Rifles, especially on Hero Run and Uran. So I'm actually not too worried about those players going into this round. But there is also a gun to be retrieved if they can go pushing up through C. But for now, they've gambled A. Mitch, they've gambled right.
Oh yes, they have rolled the dice and it's
BBR katılmadı arkadaşlar bu turnuvaya.
20s across the board.
Invite usulü bir turnuva. Bize invite gelmedi bu turnuvada. Çünkü Red Bull'un sponsor olduğu takımlara gitti invite Türkiye elemesine. Foot da oradan geldi.
At the door waiting for it to be broken open. So he can take that free kill. Sugar0, nice shot onto Alpha. There's no one else able to follow the downside of the door.
Alpha eğimine çıkarmadı Sugar0. Nasıl yapalım?
Now they're going to try to break that door open, but Laz, yes, waiting patiently the whole round. And there's his reward, a third kill. And a second in just a matter of seconds. With Chronicle left alone, 10 on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Not enough to get this done, and Hero Run will even take the kill, swinging with a Sheriff. Upgrades for ZETA, and the lead extended to 2.
This is the thing. This is the one thing about Fnatic is coming into this event, they are the team with the most tapes.
Sakiniyim.
They are the full 5 coming through.
Aysu niye cevap vermiyor ya?
You sit in that round, you see the posturing towards A, and it clicked in Laz's head going, if they go back, I'm ready. And he just destroyed them. And that's the thing, we know that Laz's skill ceiling is as good as anyone's when it comes to Valorant. Like, this guy has done it on the main stage, done it on the big stage, done it everywhere across the world. Iceland was obviously the pinnacle of that. Now though, Fnatic look to go back towards the B side, but there's been an adaptation, and it's looking like a slaughter. Sugar0 does well. Poster actually helps to turn the tide.
Thank you.
Even things up again.
That's another player spotted with the Prowler. I almost thought Boaster would move back to take this fight together. It's a 2v2. They know there's one pushed up on C. This is where a lot of the time you'll see teams make a decision. Group up, push towards one side. It looks like they've gone for that eventually. Albeit the spacing, it's a little bit too spread for my liking. Hopefully that's not the case on this fight. Hero Ron actually tagged up and forced back. So some space taken. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, he only saw one of them.
I think it was just faded almost instantly. Haunt goes through. Heroron has one of his own, but I have a feeling that they can almost gamble back now, and actually they ping both. He can definitely pull that rotation in. 30 seconds left on the clock, plenty of time for Fnatic to try and play with things a little bit here. Laz is going to try and deny that plant, but not quite. There's a wall in the way, buddy.
Maybe he was denying them pushing him, Tom.
Maybe.
Could be. Give them time to get into a post plan. You know, it's a great strategy. It hasn't worked out to start. But let's see. Laz on his way in. Turret can cover the left side. That's water cleared. Now they just need a fight on the site. Hero runs doing a damn good job of that. A defuse found, a lockdown online for the next round as Laz closes it out. And another great display from Heroron. Fnatic might start to get worried soon, Tom. ZETA are showing a lot of prowess. And it seems like Fnatic are running headfirst into a brick wall in a lot of these plays.
But that's the thing. We saw Heroron last year on Fennel, the team that just got eliminated. And the thing is for him, this is the big call-up. This is your team didn't make Ascension. The biggest team in Japan, the biggest org in Japan comes calling.
Okay.
And he has answered that call.
He
was fantastic in the first game, big clutch rounds. He was one of the reasons they won so many off the back of the Sheriff. Now, versus Fnatic, he is 11-1.
Poster, but Sugar Zero returning the kills. The blast packs used by Yatsuka. They get him out of there alive just about. 36 HP on Leo. The trades have altogether been good for ZETA. And remember, if they're forced to a retake 3v3, they've got a lockdown. The low HP player on Fnatic.
Evet, Japonya numarası var gözüm.
But with low HP left on Leo, that
Niye
could be
güldün
a
oğlum?
tipping point
Çok
for the
normal
side
değil mi?
of ZETA,
Japonya'da yaşıyor
especially with
kız.
Laz still alive. I mean, he's a player we've seen on the international stage a couple of times. And I have to say, he's never really hit that level consistently. I've always felt like I expected more from him than I got to see. That might not be the case in this tournament, though. He's had some good rounds so far.
The A site open for business. Cosmic Divide will deny them for now. Some utility being put into place to try and make things that little bit more awkward. Now, there is a lockdown available. That's why you're seeing a slightly more patient ZETA division here. Did they? I think they even started rotating back in the other direction, maybe expecting that the plant has gone down elsewhere. Uran is jumping through that Cosmic Divide, and here's the realization. Both players sat in an afterplant spot. The plan here from Fnatic is to spam, but bear in mind, Leo.
Laz'ın ulti var ama kullanmayacak galiba. Aha Laz öldü. Oy Leo hocamla neler yaptın be.
Leo swinging them again and again and
İlayda ben yerim ya.
Unbelievable.
Benim makaram o.
16 health in the corner. Uran needs to drop him and then turn 180 degrees.
Güzel oğlum,
Maybe
iyisiniz.
not. Alpha swung it, but he won it. 3 rounds now for Fnatic, and they're back on the board.
Do you know what I realized, though? That question we had earlier, player most likely to win a 1v5, it has to be Leo, right? It has to be. Do you remember that 1v5 he pulled off with a Sheriff? Like, yeah. I don't feel, like, don't get me wrong. I do agree any of them can pull it off, but Leo is just, he's going to tip the scales in any direction, and again, what he's able to do in that round, 16 HP, gets in 2 individual fights, wins 2 individual fights without taking a single point of damage. And well, for Fnatic, I will say, ZETA 5 rounds already on the defense of this map up against Fnatic.
Ev sahibi olanlar alanda mı oynuyor? Yok, onunla alakası yok. Takımlar böyle bir odada bir alanda oynuyorlar, stage'de oynuyorlar. Yenilen takım stage'de oynuyor. Bir önceki maçta yenilen takım stage'de oynuyor. Ki elenirlerse eğer stage'de bir kere de olsun oynamaları için.
If it was the end of the half, maybe they would have a smile on their face. But going into round number 9, you're not going to let this slip.
Oha, diğer takım şimdiden çıktı sahneye.
You know that Fnatic can flip that switch and go right back into #1 team in the world form.
Takımlar direkt çıktı.
It's got to be a big push. Try and close this out as much as they can. A few ultimates online. Both sides have a Viper's Pit coming into the next round. That should make for some interesting retake gameplay.
Yeah, I think as Loud learned in Brazil, you don't beat Fnatic until you beat Fnatic. Like, they are the team that pulled off one of the most legendary comebacks of all time.
Because of a pause from Mini.
there you go.
Man that isn't here anymore.
Evet evet, maçlar hem de hızlı başlasın diye tabii. Asıl amaç o zaten, maçlar hızlıca ilerlesin diye.
I'll be honest, that is fluent in English. Like, because he was on Gen G, I believe that the way that it worked there was him almost having to translate things to someone.
Şöyle uzanacağım ya chat.
Yaslanacağım. The Korean was obviously translating it, and then it would go to the team. So I do feel like this is a very, very different scenario for Umpuddy, and honestly, I think he definitely can work very, very well with this Fnatic squad. Of course, we're going to miss him though.
Yok, vermedi gözü. Onlar büyük ihtimal bir mağazaya girdiler. Kitlendiler bir şeye.
He's been with them since before they were Fnatic as well. You have to bear in mind.
They summoned him way back.
My scarf of him.
Evet evet, Fallout Angel. Zaten yarım saat olmadı da bir önceki maçta bir problem çıktı. Bayağı ara verdiler. Yani bir yarım saat 40 dakika falan bir ara vardı. O bizi bozdu. Bir de katana muhabbeti yaptık chatte. Bu her şeyi konuştuk lan bugün. Magazin konuştuk, katana muhabbeti konuştuk. Japonya hakkında konuştuk.
You know, that it sounds like a bizarre system, but it must have worked for him to be there that long, right? And to make that work is not an easy task. So
bugün özel bir gün harbiden.
Respect within the coaching scene, and we'll see how high the heights can be for Fnatic and what they can reach.
You're only going to hit one of the players on A. It's actually a little bit misleading. The double stack up is here, but even with the advantage from Fnatic,
var ya, Allah'tan bir tane daha vuramadı ha.
15 seconds left as they look to get that plant down. It needs to be a kill from Sugar Zero. It needs to be one fast. The fact is he's got 5 bullets left and he's not going to be able to land the shot. A nice attempt from Uran to actually turn that one back in their favor. But now Fnatic really look to build into this one. They managed to shut down
Babam Fnatic niye güven vermiyor ya bu sezon için? Abi dediğim gibi yani antrenmansız oldukları çok belli. Hani çok çalışılmış, gelinmiş bir durum yok şu anda.
Uran was only 57 HP. If he had a little bit more health, he gets out of there through the box. Just tanks a couple of wall bangs, and then you have a really competitive round. Instead, it was just a little bit too much of an ask, especially once they isolate where is that player. And you find out that location, everybody's trained in on it, and the plant in. There was no hassle. Fnatic, attack side is certainly starting to take shape. This time the C site is drawing their eye. And it looks like ZETA are quick to rotate. A lot of players here to help out. Uran only good for one. We need to see a little bit more, because that's a rifle down. With just Laz having the other rifle, and he is quite a bit away, only making it towards spawn side of C, pardon me. Right about there.
Yeah, now for getting those couple of kills, he's now got the lockdown online. So that ult advantage that was there a moment ago really isn't anymore. I would be surprised if we see more use from Fnatic, but they have been a little bit more loose with their ults over the last couple of rounds.
Buradaki klozetlerle alakalı bir muhabbet İlayda. Buradaki klozetleri biraz övdük, tuvaletleri övdük. Vajina shower ve göt shower var buradaki klozetlerde. Çok başarılı, ne kadar başarılı olduklarını övdük. Daha doğrusu ben övdüm, chatte dinledi. 5-5.
Yeah, very clean from Chronicle with that third kill and the second to close it out. And with the scoreline tied up, like I say, you know, ZETA are not going to be a squad that's upset with having 5 rounds on the defense. But with how things have gone,
salak salak atmayın modlar. Otoboka purge atmayın. Salın insanları. Amına koyayım, adam anama bacıma söver, purge atmazsınız, banlamazsınız. Saçma sapan şey atmayın ya. Silmeyin mesajları.
Yeah, ZETA not going to be upset with their current position. 5 ultis online though. This is where they could push it up to at least 6. Nice opening from Laz, but the punish is immediate.
Bir anda makine oldu bak.
Not letting them get away with anything. Showstopper used, fired out as well, and it's Chronicle to be dropped. No more Viper utility to play around. The ultimate committed. Sugar Zero on the way to the A site, taking space. Trying to deny this push from Fnatic. He suspects it's coming in here. He's made the right read. Fnatic need to find him, locate Sugar Zero, and take him down, but it's easier said than done. The guy's an enigma, but he's caught Leo rotating into B, or more so Leo's caught him. They'll get the B site. Free plant down below. 30 HP on Alpha. It's Leo and Boaster with the onus of this round on the shoulders.
Alfaşer'e biz aldırdık Vandal'ı, evet.
Lockdown will buy them that extra little bit of time. Not anything really left now for the side of Zeta to play with. They used quite a lot in this round to try and pressure in the early. Now they've got to see if they can pull it through in the late. A lot of tagged up players, but Fnatic are just looking to buy as much time as possible. Their post-plant utility doing the work for them and not peaking until it's absolutely necessary. The spam through. And it's actually being stuck. They have to be a little bit careful. Heroron is just trying to hold on.
Satma.
The fact is it's been halved and he just has to stick it from here on
out,
but there is no time left.
Allah'tan var ya.
It's definitely too close for comfort, but Fnatic have now continued that grind back and at least
Onu çok hızlı oynadı. Vurur çözerdi ha. Allah'tan vuramadı.
Can't stop, won't stop. 6 rounds on the board for Fnatic as they keep on pushing. We still have both of those Viper pits, but Laz with a lockdown might counter it out in the next round. Now, in what we see here, you know, this is somewhere that the start of the round didn't go according to plan for Fnatic. They get knocked down a peg. They're left into chaos. But again, we see one of their biggest strengths is just thinking on their feet, being able to reset into that late round and come back with a winning solution.
Oyuncular da yorulmuş ya.
Just taken. Alpha, after maybe a slightly quieter performance in the last game, has really come online in this one. Another opener. Sentinel, Sugar Zero though. This is his gut choice. The judge only gets one and Durka continues the push forward.
Tamam ya, çözdü ya Fnatic. Direkt iyi analiz.
Too little, too late. We're even going to see the paint shell taken out of action, but it's not like it mattered. A 1 versus 4 for Laz. Let's see if he can get anything done here.
It will be tough, easier with Alpha down, but he was very low on HP. Not a luxury that he'll have for most of these other fights. Maybe Durka.
Durka de Kerem gibi sövünce oynuyor.
Sitting very, very healthy. Of course, round 12. I was going to say, yeah, Chronicle Vipers pit online.
Fnatic'in koçları var, yeni koçları var işte. Uzun boylu bir abi.
Although he popped it, it certainly wasn't necessary. We talked about 5 rounds for Zeta
heyecanlandılar.
being a decent spot to finish the half on. I just did think they'd be able to push up a little bit further, but it looks like Fnatic woke up, they poked the beast.
Yeah, as said, like, we have high expectations of their attack side. It doesn't mean they're slouches on the defense by any stretch. Again, though, super impressed by Heroron in this map. The amount of impact he's had so far. Yeah, sure, the last few rounds have been quieter from the entirety of the squad, but honestly, 5 rounds, it is really not bad. Like, going into that attack side, we'll have to see what they've got in the second half, but I don't think, the problem is, it's like that's nothing to be frowned upon for their defensive side. It's just the fact they lost 5 rounds in a row. Like, when you're 5-2 up, it's a little bit of a different story. The good thing for Zeta, though, is they've been phenomenal in their pistols. They're currently 3 for 3, winning 2 of them versus C9, of course, in the other map that they played
Fero
today.
direkt iyi para verseler de yapmaz Metin 2 reklamı. Ne o muhabbet? Bir tane Metin 2 server sitesinde partner olduğumuz yayıncılar diye beni koymuşlar abi. Ne ayak, ne iş. 1 milyona yapmam abi. Arkadaşlar ben bu kanalda bir yemin ettim. Bu kanalda bir H1Z1 ilelebet bir daha oynanmayacak. 2 Pay to win FPS oyunu reklamı yapılmayacak, oynanmayacak. 3 Night Online oynanmayacak, reklamı yapılmayacak. 4 Metin 2 oynanmayacak, yayını yapılmayacak, promotu yapılmayacak. İstedikleri kadar para versinler kardeşim.
Put any image into it, draw over it.
Yeah, do it in Word art. Come on. Hell yeah. Here we go. Pressure for Boaster. Low on HP.
Yapma, onu da vurursun ama ya.
He'll take 1 and Alpha's then.
Ne güzel double kill vardı be Boaster.
Actually, Boaster's already dead. So
Wtcn'i saymıyorum bile zaten. Wtcn'de Pay to win FPS oyunu zaten oğlum. Bunun içine Wtcn, Zula, Jarchur, bütün o oyunlar giriyor zaten. Aynen öyle Slip'e. Bir kat trilyon kimse vermez kardeşim.
Let's see if they can Peter Park their way in here on the seaside. Get that spike planted. Alpha puts a thorn in the side with Sugar Zero now very low. Hero Run's been spotted. Leo trained in on the angle. And he's easily able to adjust, ready for Sugar Zero to make that play around. Hero Run turns on a dime to take down Durka. Good read of what Fnatic would be trying to do here to react around their teammates' info. But he's now down to just 50 HP. Barrel spotted, and he's executed by Leo. The pistol win for Fnatic. An 8th round on the board, now leading by 3. And the challenge for ZETA won't be in this round most likely.
Battle Teams 2 diye bir oyun var. Reklama gelseler yapar mısın? Pay to win değil. O gelmişti galiba ya. Bakmadım ama oyuna. Bakmam lazım. Rivals'ı, Twitch Rivals'ı büyük sarar ya. Türkiye'den çekildiler mi? Bizim ekipten arkadaşlar vardı. Aynen bir ara çok maillerini görüyordum Battle Teams 2'nin de. Saldılar galiba Türkiye'yi. Baklar para yok amına koyayım. İzleyemiyorum yok Sinco. Iron Sight yapmıştın abi zamanında. O saydıklarına uymuyordu. Yaptın ama. Yok güzel kardeşim, yanlışım var. Ben bu kanalda hiçbir zaman pay to win FPS oyunu oynamadım. Reklamını da yapmadım. Belki oynamışımdır. Pay to win olduğunu fark etmemişimdir. Fark ettiğim anda da çıkmışımdır.
Looks like they will go for aggression. They will also split up towards A.
Ha, Iron Sight şey mi bu? Sponsorluğunu iptal ettiğim oyun mu? Tamam, onu zaten iptal ettim yayında direkt. Hatta parayı geri attım ajansa yani.
Which when you're low on HP, it's definitely not the worst weapon to have, needing those instant headshots. He's going to go lurking back through the B site. Now a battle is to be had facing off against Boaster. Timing is everything though, and Boaster manages to win that duel. Leo's able to clear this close angle where Heroron was looking to be a nasty surprise. They're being methodical in the attempt of this retake.
Fnatic not wanting to let
this one slip away. And almost a wallbang kill from Alpha leaves these remaining players in such a horrible position. Sugar Zero trying to do something a little bit nifty,
nice one.
But when you've got nothing to play with other than a classic, not quite going to work out.
Pay to win olmayan MMO yoktur arkadaşlar. Eğer oyun türü MMO ise pay to win olmak zorunda bir yerde. Ona yapacak bir şey yok. Trading sistemi cartçuk.
Got the pistol. Yeah, I know you didn't see that, but that was somebody holding up a tablet with Boaster twerking on it.
Player standing.
Got the gifs in.
I very much regret not looking at the program feed for that.
Don't worry, I'm
upset. Send it to me.
It will. I think you can very easily Google that one. I'll be honest with you, Mitch. I think that one has been seen a few times.
I don't think I need to Google it, Tom. It's safe in the camera roll.
It's engraved in your mind.
I actually just have one of those little screens in my room, the programmable ones. It's just on a loop.
Oh, okay. Like the sort of like photo frame.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Some people put pictures of their family. I just need gifts and posters. What else could you want? Durka already opening it up with your down. And what in the world is that from Boaster? It's not even like a spam weapon. He's gonna Guardian. He just picks a spot, fires, and of course there's a player on the other side. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen people wall bang with the Guardian, but not like...
Riot MMORPG çıkarırsa pay to win mi olur? Peki nasıl ayar çeker? Abi bak, MMORPG dediğin anda pay to win mecbur yani. O yapacak, anladın mı? Çünkü en kötü hani Riot satmasa veya o MMO oyunun yapımcısı pay to win'i engellemeye çalışsa da oyuncular arası trading sistemi var ya. Ben mesela sen bir char var sende, bende de bir char var, MMO oynuyoruz. Ben gidiyorum diyorum ki sen bana 10.000 gold'unu ver. Ben sana şu kadar para veriyorum diyor. Trade var. Hani trade'le 10.000 gold'u atıyorsun bana. Ve ben sana parayı elden veya IBAN'la atıyorum. Bitti gitti pay to win işte amına koyayım. Ya onu engelleyemezsin ya. Clean.
third kill for him. Online, not that it's needed. And Laz, well, he was hoping for a late luck. He's even been spotted by Durka. 10-5, 8 rounds in a row from Fnatic.
Sen taş ver ben ateş.
And while at this point, it is looking kind of done.
It absolutely is. Yeah, they might have been slow to start. They might have been a
Bu Meta 2'de yasak işte.
had some very nice rounds and good adaptations in that first half.
Yeah. I wish I could be 18-9 when I'm
Tamam
jet
kanka,
lagged.
yasak.
I like, yeah, even in the video, they're like, who's likely to sleep through an alarm? And he's like, yeah, it's me, but I'm jet lag, bro. And to be fair, yeah, evidently he must. He's complaining about it, but
Arkeiş'te de yasaktı abi.
about that performance. 18-9 for Alfier, 10-5
Ben
for
yaklaşık
Fnatic.
2 ayda
Towards the end of this
server'ın en iyi
half,
silahına
especially if it
sahiptim.
keeps up. After what was a
Nasıl acaba?
staggering 8 rounds in a row from the side of Fnatic,
Hiç
it should
tepeylemezdim.
come as no surprise that ZETA want to take a moment to talk about things. They've called a tactical pause to reassess how
Yasak
they're going to
yersen.
fight their way through. And again, the pressure is off. This is not do or die for them.
He's got the Fnatic sleeves on. He's ready in case of a call up. You know, like
Dragon Lore'u yemedim mi
the
sen
fat
Arkeiş'te?
blokes at,
Yedim.
like football games who are just like full kit. They're like ready to go. They're like, yeah, just in case the old gaffer calls me up, I'm ready to go. As if that would
Allah
ever
için
happen. He's got
Zula'da
full
esporcunun
sleeves on,
teki
and just in
sırf
case,
başka
like, you
oyunun
know what?
yayınını açtı
I'm
diye ban
ready.
yedi.
Get some gunners on, good to go.
He looks the part.
Paranın amına koydular
Sometimes
ya.
that's all that matters. Tom.
Paranın amına koydular ve gittiler ya.
Wearing like
Oyun hala açık mı?
That for me, that's a confident person.
The
Zula.
thing is, though, like, Smoothie made fun of us for not being radiant. Like, hit immortal. But if I had that Fnatic sleeve, I'm not saying Devard has robbed me of radiant, but
Açık.
maybe.
Right.
Maybe that could be the game changer.
Ya valla bak zamanında bundan seneler önce şey demiştim ya, Scam Royale diye bir oyun yapalım. Direkt bariz söyleyelim yani scam olduğunu. Valla paranın amına koyardık ya.
That's all that matters to me.
Cidden bak.
A little bit of an awkward fight here for Alpha. That's up against Pistols. Aggression that gives
Ya
them
okey
a
çünkü
rifle.
yani
Now
bu.
they can cross over with the smoke down, pick up the rifle, and really start to compete for this round. A couple shots landing perfectly
En iyi
on the
silahın
hero
kredi
on
kartı.
Poster. Caught on aggression. And this has been, you know, an attempt for Fnatic to take it to a different level of gameplay, getting in their opponents' faces. But Tom,
Ya
when they've
vurdun
got
onu.
pistols in hand,
Eyvah.
that might not be the time for
That
it.
paranoia was definitely a little bit late.
I don't know what you mean.
You see Yasuka go, right, and I'm right in there. God, where's the paranoia? But it doesn't matter. They've got the advantage.
Riot'un MMO'su
Leo, Durka, Chronicle,
daha çok var
Boaster may
abi
be
ya.
down, but he believes any of his team
Onlara
can
iş
win.
alımları falan
One
hala
versus
yapıyorlar.
five. In fact, just one of them
Onun da
needs
abi
to get
en
a
az
couple of kills to
3-4
get them back
senesi daha
into
var
this
yani.
one. No ults available on either side.
Keşke çıksa da oynasak.
It's gonna come down to these
Çok istiyorum,
firefights,
çok
and
istiyorum.
Lance already
Gerçekten
cleared
Riot'un
out.
MMO'su.
Looking a bit
Hayatıma
more
adamayı
prepared.
istiyorum ya.
Hero
Huge name.
also stuck in the corner. They are picking them apart. And what was a 4v3 just seconds ago quickly
La bu
diminishes into
kameradan mı
another
aşırı şişman
Fnatic
gözüküyor?
win.
Abi kamera bir şey gösteriyor. Açıkçası. Böyle bir sanki böyle bir kilo almışım gibi gösteriyor ama böyle bir kilo yok yani, almadım. Smash'cim hoş geldin.
There's no way that he was going to survive that blast. 11-5.
Öyle mi Rido?
Fnatic have earned their spot
Did we
despite a
need a
terrible start.
replay of this?
Not just
Did
that.
we need a slow-mo replay of Alpha not
Riot'un
hitting his
MMO'sunun
shots?
başındaki adam
Look, it doesn't happen too often.
işten ayrılıp
For some
kendi
people,
şirketini
it'll be
kurmuş.
the
Kendi
healthy
MMO'sunu
kills they get.
çıkaracakmış.
When Alpha...
Devard didn't let it slide.
Oh, no. Why would he? Why would he? He's looking for something to do out there. He's happy to pull on their strings. Fnatic pushed up on C.
Buradaki kamera ilginç bir kamera bu arada. Bizim Kıbrıs'ta kullandığımız kameralardan. 360 dönebiliyor falan bu kamera. Bayağı iyi. Ama iyi de ışıklandırma var tabii, o yüzden iyi gösteriyor olabilir.
Alongside Chronicle, dangerous duo for sure, and I love. Can I say I absolutely love what Boaster's doing here.
Okay.
He's waiting for the steps. He's hearing them. They know they're going to try and open that door.
Döndürsene derken öyle değil lan. Hani uzaktan döndürülüyor. Şu an ben elleyemem onu.
Also with the push up of Durka on the other side of the
Eller
map,
miyim?
they can gamble here. They can have that full rotation.
Dur bakayım.
Another spam.
Do the roar! Do the roar!
He's on him.
You got 60 bullets, Boaster.
Bak,
Shoot
görüyor
some of
musun?
them. Yes, no! It was so close.
Full 360 döndürüyormuş bir garip duruyor ya.
Sometimes giving things away. I almost feel like it's a good thing you're not played out to the arena because you would give it away. They're now rotating back as well. 35 seconds left. If they're going to be two players, if they go towards C, operator, there is no safe space for this Zeta squad. And again, I sit here and wonder, like, is it worth a save? But when you're 11-5 down, it's just too much. Like, you're not going to be able to do anything to stop this man. The Prowler will force him back, but he also has his ult. He also has a paint shell, and they've got 14 seconds. They're screwed.
Okay.
Abi Barış Manço'nun attılar sana bir şey demezler.
He had a classic as well. Sorry,
everything else.
He's got an operator, he's got a showstopper, he's got a paint shell. Oh, sorry, he's also got classic, guys. Sorry, I didn't think of that one.
Beautiful. You named everything else, and he just pulls out the free weapon.
He had a boom bomb.
Oh, they just wall-banged hero run. Goodness, they lost over half their team to wall bangs in that round.
Hero run to zero run, unfortunately.
Jeez.
Hero run to sugar zero
Boster da şu Lotus'ta var ya wallbang'lerin pişi ya.
Yeah, you remember when it was 5-2? Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. It was only like 10 minutes ago at this point.
Yeah.
Some incredibly dominant rounds. Fnatic pulling out a bunch of depth.
Hava çok iyi.
İstanbul'da
havalar nasıl ya? Yağmur falan yağmış.
You thought so.
Ne?
Oh, you thought Fnatic weren't going to be the number one seed in this tournament. Sorry.
Big mistake, buddy. They're moving towards this area again. We're back on board with Boaster. He's spraying away. He's making noise. He's firing back. He sees the tracers. He knows. Oh, this is so beautiful. So much damage can be done here. They can't get close to the button. He'll give it up, though. He'll concede the space. He's not too greedy. That's what I love about Boaster. Resetting his stars as well.
I think they managed
Çok şükür sordum Meme. Ya bunlar niye trip attın ki şimdi amına koyayım?
But even then, they're too scared to push
Orada havalar nasıl diye sormadım diye trip yedim ya.
Ready to spray. Ready to win the game today. We'll see if he can close this one out as they've got them boxed in.
Sen yoksun diye ağlıyor.
C has completely isolated this angle. There's only one spot these players can be in. Boaster firing into new damage as they make their way in. He will play the retake again. Confident in this early flank that they've got on. Laz has to shut this down. The Nanos pushed him out a little bit. Not wide enough yet. Suka's fallen and there goes Laz.
Hadi hocam bitti.
The Odin's still alive on the site. Still spraying away.
Yapma.
Trying to suppress the sound, maybe for Chronicle. Certainly Hero Ron didn't know there were players that close. Good trade from Alpha, leaving just Duran.
En kötüleri iyisiniz.
Standing and stand, he will not for much longer. The defuse confirms it. Fnatic, they're going through 13-5, looking beautiful. I mean, it was a shaky
senin chat niye konuşmuyor Hakan? Konuşuyorum işte insanlar. Elinize sağlık Fnatic, çok iyiydi. Aa bak koçları, yeni koçları. Avustralya'dan geldi. İthal koç. Abi Chronicle vallahi yeğenim, tıpatıp yeğenim ya. Ne yapıyorsun?